there, I'm Kim Vanell, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and the stuff they're sharing around the world on Newsfeed today. Trump wants to use AI to catch mass shooters before they strike, but are we ready? We'll tell you what Article 370 has to do with Kashmiri women. And it's International Cat Day, and you do not have to ask us twice. We've got the best videos of cats doing stuff. There have been more people killed in mass shootings in the US in 2019 than there have been days in the year. And as we'll see a little later in the show, people are on edge. But Donald Trump says he has a plan. Rather than gun control, he wants to reform mental health laws, target violent video games, and use artificial intelligence to scour the internet to flag up who will commit a mass murder before they do it. Now, if you're thinking, hang on a minute, surely there's some issues with that, well, you'd be right. Mass shootings are a sad reality for Americans. The attacks at El Paso and Dayton over the weekend, taking the total number of mass shootings to 253 this year alone. But now Donald Trump has a plan.
I am directing the Department of Justice to work in partnership with local, state, and federal agencies, as well as social media companies, to develop tools that can detect mass shooters before they strike.
Finding threats of violence online are one thing, but using artificial intelligence to create predictive algorithms are quite another.
There are very promising developments in the area of deep learning. They call the LSTM, long short-term memory networks, and this kind of deep learning algorithms models are able to predict how a society, a person, a human can act in the next time. Without data, without enough quality data, your results are useless, and the data quality is the most important thing.
Okay, Jan, what's coming? Double homicide, one male.
If you've seen Minority Report, you'll know from an ethical point of view, this is not a straightforward proposition. Should someone be held accountable for something they haven't yet done or may never do? And what happens when the algorithm gets it wrong? Then there's the security and privacy issues. In China, all 1.4 billion citizens can be tracked using facial recognition software, creating a vast database of personal information. Critics say it's a tool for state control and is susceptible to data breaches. Likewise, analysts say a database of would-be shooters in the United States would quickly become a target.
Who has the most and the best quality data will dominate the market, maybe the earth.
Social media companies have been quiet following Trump's announcement, raising yet another question. Should private companies be given the responsibilities once shouldered by the government? Let's have a look now at some other things that caught our eye on social media. First up, many Americans understandably feel hypervigilant, which led to panic in Times Square on Monday. Mistaking the sound of motorcycles backfiring for gunshots, thousands of people in the packed tourist hotspot ran for cover. New York's Mayor Bill de Blasio tweeted to reassure people, but added that nobody should have to live in constant fear of gun violence. Lindsay said she ran into a clothing store where staff locked people inside and asked everyone to get to the bottom floor. And Angelica described it as the worst night of her life, spending 10 minutes in a bathroom stall, hugging her loved ones and waiting. I'd like to take you to the city of Tucson to introduce you to Green Shirt Guy. He could not contain himself when these pro-Trump anti-immigration protesters started yelling at a city council meeting. Rather than fight fire with fire, he lost it with laughter. The pair were protesting Tucson's move to declare itself an immigrant-friendly city. And in the process, they created Green Shirt Guy, the internet's new hero. The Addams family is back and headed for the sunshine. MGM has dropped the trailer for its upcoming animated adaptation of The Spooky Family, where they up sticks for New Jersey. Some famous faces, or rather voices, including Snoop Dogg and Bette Midler. Odd combo, I know, but we'll take it. Fans are excited, and we can see why.
Sure. There's usually a murderer.
India revoked Kashmir's special status this week. We've been covering it here on Newsfeed, and the fallout continues. Some are worried that with Indians now able to buy land in Kashmir and live there permanently, it could forever change the ethnic makeup of the area. Some see that as a problem because Pakistan claims Kashmir as its own and still others want independence. Online, some people are already talking about moving to Kashmir, with Kashmiri women becoming the target. Take a look at this.
मुस्लिम कार्यकर्ता है, अगर एक दो यहाँ बैठे हो रहे तो खुशी मनानी चाहिए। साथ ही वहां करो ना कश्मीरी गोरी लड़की से।
Water, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. That's an old English poet's saying that's becoming more relevant to people around the world. A new report has found 17 countries, which are home to a quarter of the world's population, are facing what's called extremely high levels of water stress. That means 80% of the available water supply is being used every year. The situation is acute in certain parts of India, as local residents and aid workers wonder where their next glass of H2O will come from.
समस्या है, पानी नहीं मिलता। हमारे 10 परिवार है, 2 गैलन 4 गैलन मिल गया, 3 दिन पे मिलता है, पीने का नहीं है, नहाने कहाँ से मिलेगा, पीने को मिल जाता है।
Delhi's groundwater in many places is going down by 2 meters per year. So the massive depletion is happening precisely because we don't have major regulation, either state level or national level regulations, to actually control this rampant extraction of groundwater.
जब से आया तब से बिल्कुल पानी नहीं मिल रहा है। अब साइकिल से औरतें धोते उनके, अब क्या बताऊं, पेट में बच्चा रहता तो जल्दी हो जाता है।
How are you going to distribute that water at least in a equitable manner so that people who really can't afford to purchase water also get basic lifeline potable water? And that's a huge gap.
Let's go around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Thursday. Sex trafficking victim Cyntoia Brown was released after serving 15 years of a life sentence for killing a man she says tried to rape her. She was granted clemency earlier this year after lobbying from the likes of Kim Kardashian and Rihanna. Santoya was just 16 when she was working the streets and was picked up by a 43-year-old man back at his place. She shot him because she says he thought she was reaching for a gun. A female Kenyan MP was kicked out of Parliament for bringing her 5-month-old baby to the sitting. Zulekha Hassan was met with ruckus from, believe it or not, mainly male MPs, although some female lawmakers showed unity by walking out with her. House rules state strangers are not allowed in the chamber. Bizarrely, this includes one's children. It happened during World Breastfeeding Week, shows we have a way to go to achieve equality at work. Netflix is facing serious competition with the announcement Disney will start offering its content as well as ESPN and Hulu shows all in one streaming bundle called Disney Plus. It's going to charge the same as Netflix and will have a huge offering including hit films like Avengers Endgame and all of Pixar's back catalogue. Bring on the competition, I say. Social media is increasingly shaping the way we look and interact with the online world. For the baby boomers who use online dating apps, there's a growing need to look more like the images they post online in the real world. And that is causing a surge in people booking cosmetic surgery for a little nip and tuck.
Waiting to have a needle inject Botox in your face has never been so easy. Book in, wait patiently, and attempt to stop the aging process. Many more individuals are seeking the help of plastic surgeons in their quest to look as they feel, eternally youthful.
I feel young because I work out, I go to the gym, I swim, I walk, and I like to be in good shape. I'm in good shape on my age, but I see some wrinkles in the morning. I don't like that, so that's why I came here to do the Botox.
The increase in surgeries is being attributed to social media usage. The vanity that drives these platforms is pushing people into the arms of plastic surgeons as they seek to look, well, simply younger.
20 million baby boomers are on dating apps, and we believe that this is what's causing the increase in demand for plastic surgery in this age group. And that bears out when you look at the statistics.
There were 17.7 million cosmetic procedures performed in the United States in 2018. 1.8 million of those were performed under the surgeon's knife. To put the rise into context, over the last 20 years, since the year 2000, it's a 163% increase.
It's really interesting because selfies have created this a kind of a greater awareness of everyone's own features. They may have had little things they disliked, but in every photo they see it, and every time they see that, they're trying to change the angle and trying to find their good side.
And it appears that more and more baby boomers are hoping to show their best side by dipping into their pockets for the perfect selfie.
There's 50,000 more cosmetic procedures being done, and if you look at where these are being done, they usually focus on the face. So they're looking at facelifts and eyelid lifts and Botox and fillers. Those are the things that you see on social media. Those are the things that you swipe right and left on.
So the next time you actually match with someone you meet on a dating app, over the course of that romantic meal, will you be able to spot the difference between a digital filter or some cosmetic surgery? Would you take the plunge? Share your thoughts with us here at Newsfeed.
And there's a reason cat videos are some of the most watched videos on the internet, and it is our great privilege to tell you that today is International Cat Day. So here's some of the best that the internet has to offer, cats doing cat stuff. Are ridiculous. Now that's it from the Newsfeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints and suggestions at Kim Vanel. You'll find us 24/7 on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Follow, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.